I'm Kailani, and this is the Kai Report, where I uncover the truths about music and music education. For today's feature, we're going to be hanging out with one of Oclef's very own students, LeAnn Nguyen. And yeah, feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is LeAnn. I am 15 years old, so I am a child, and I am a student for Oclef, but I also work for Oclef as well. And I've been playing piano for since school starts, so kindergarten. So I've been playing, I guess, 11 years now. And yeah.
Wow, 11 years. I think I've been playing for 11 years, but I started way later in life. So, oh my god, that's crazy. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about your background in music. So, was piano something that you picked, or was it your favorite instrument? What was the situation with that?
I never wanted to play piano, and I've had many withdrawals with piano. I've had so many times where I threatened to quit because I never wanted to play piano. And the reason why I play piano is because my mom wants me to play River Flows in You, and I did end up learning how to play that song.
So how long had you been playing piano then before you were kind of okay, I guess I kind of like it?
Until last year. because I never liked playing piano. I don't know why. But I feel no one does when they go through the first few years of playing piano. I asked all my friends why'd you quit piano? And they're like, 'cause I didn't like it. And then I was about to quit piano after I did CM. But then I started playing for myself instead of playing for a test. So then I started to like it more because then it's I could just do whatever I wanted. And that's when I started liking piano because I finished CM in 2020 and I started playing for myself after that. So yeah.
Nice. And then for those of you who don't know what CM is, that's short for Certificate of Merit. It's the piano education program that's backed by the Music Teachers Association of California. And kind of what that is, it's a 10 level program that kind of tests and examines your piano growth over time. I also did CM, which is why I know what it is. But yeah, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. I finished CM in 2020. Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming basically your whole life then it was all just super serious about piano. It was never you were just doing it for fun.
Yeah. It was always serious, right? And then I could never just sit at my piano and practice because I literally hated it so much. I thought it was torture. I'm being serious too. I'm not even joking.
Aw. It's okay. I know a lot of musicians who feel that way too.
Yeah.
The piano student dilemma. But
yeah,
man, that sounds super intense. Oh my gosh. So with performances and stuff, was it something that you found nerve-wracking? So I know some people have performance anxiety, but since you grew up with it, is it something that you don't really pay attention to, or something you find kind of second nature?
Well, before I used to really have anxiety. I used to have really bad anxiety before performances. I would literally shiver and sweat, cold sweat. And I didn't even know what anxiety was at the time that I had that. So I used to be really bad with that, dealing with anxiousness. But now I play piano all the time for casual performances, so it doesn't I don't really care anymore. But I do when I record. That's what gets me, recording. My recording piano pieces, I can't do that, but performing is okay.
Okay, I get you.
At school, right? We have a piano in every classroom, and sometimes I'll play to practice, just to practice, and then they'll start recording me, and then then it's so why? Because like I turn around and I see them recording me, and then like they just recorded all my mistakes. I was like, why?
Oh my
And then I
gosh.
continue to make even worse mistakes. And it's like, oh my god.
Oh. Is your
Yeah.
school like a music school? Like, why is there a piano in every classroom?
There's only a piano in every classroom in this one building that's like the music school building. It's called a conservatory. But that's like I have a few classes in there. So that's why there's a piano in every class in that building.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess on that note, let's talk a little bit about high school. So, I was told that you're a scholarship student for your school. So, can you tell me a little bit about that?
To be like the most blunt with you, I literally can't afford it. So that's why I have a scholarship. But this year I'm auditioning for like an actual scholarship.
Oh,
Like a merit scholarship. So
nice. And then, like, is it just like a financial scholarship or it's like a scholarship for something specific?
it's gonna be a scholarship for piano. And it's like I really hope I get it. I literally spent like 6 months like recording for it.
What was the scholarship process like?
Had so much anxiety over it. Like I literally like could not handle it. Like oh my god. So basically what happened is you had to record like 5 songs, right? But we ended up doing 3 new songs, and then I used 2 old songs that I just recorded on my own. But basically I learned this song that took me, it's like a pretty long song, but I learned it in 2 months, right? And then I recorded it, but I didn't get a good recording. So I was so stressed out, because then I had to come back the next week and wear the same outfit, wear the same like look, right? And pretend to do like recreate exactly what happened last week, but on that day, but good, like actually good. I ended up getting like 1 good recording. Then the week after, I learned a piece in that 1 week, and then memorized it and recorded it. And then I uploaded it, and then I was finally done with the hard part. But then I had to get everyone's references, and that took another like 5 weeks. But now I'm finally done with that audition. I turned it in like 2 days ago, and I'm like really, really hoping that I get in. Like if I don't get in, like I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
Is it like a hard program to get into, or?
It's like considered like it's like the Juilliard of my school. Like every art student auditions for that, and it's like very broad, right? Like it could be any type of art. Like it could be like visual, it could be like filmmaking, or like physical art, or music, and they only accept like 10 people a year out of the whole entire school. So that's why I'm like, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you get in. My goodness.
Thank you.
And then, like, why that school?
I just wanted to go to that school because I really hated my old school. I just really did not like it at all. And I felt like I wasn't learning anything. And like, they put me in piano 1, and I didn't learn anything in that piano class too. So then I was like, well, I want to go to music school because I don't want to, like, I thought music school, okay, I was like really weird. I thought music school was like, you only learn music and you don't learn math. And
No.
then I realized you do have to learn math. And so then, like, I was like really wanting to go to music school in 8th grade. So I decided to apply in quarantine of 9th grade. Because like there was no point in going to my old school because it was in quarantine, it was online all year, and Valley Christian had already gone back to school for that full year. So
I see. No, yeah, you have to learn all of your core subjects. Like
I know. I thought it was gonna be like music college. Like music college, you don't have to learn math. I'm pretty sure.
it's mostly, yeah, I think it just depends on like what you major in. So like you can take whatever classes you want though, pretty much. But yeah, no, when you're a minor, you have to take math and English and science and all of that stuff. It's required. Now, what's like the best part of high school so far?
The best part is my current friends. Yay!
That's so cute. Oh my god.
They're all in my classes. Like, they're all people who are in my class. I don't know anyone outside of my classes. Like, I actually know no one.
No worries. I think that's pretty normal. So, makes sense. But yeah, so what type of extracurriculars are you involved in at school? And are they mostly like music oriented, not music oriented, a little bit of both?
So I play piano, obviously, and I also play percussion, but not at school anymore. Like, I used to play percussion in middle school, but I'm not in band anymore. And then I also, well, I work this job, and I work another job that I'm a dental assistant. So that's my second job. And then after school, I swim for my school. And then some days I'll skip swimming to go ice skating because I'm also a figure skater. And then I'll play piano for like church and stuff. And then what else do I do? I guess that's my main stuff.
Nice. And like speaking of like working for Oclef, for those of you who don't know, so LeAnn's official role is apprentice for Oclef, and what that means is so she is a stage 4 student, and now that she's kind of like finished a lot of like her piano musical development stuff, she gets the chance to give back to Oclef and do a little bit of work for them. And it looks good for colleges. It's a really great way to kind of develop your own teaching as a student / musician, and it gives you a lot of fun experience. So is there anything else you'd like to add about being like an apprentice that I missed?
It's very flexible, and it's like I just basically teach Kaizen, and then I also run pop. So
that's incredible. Yeah. But yeah, as long as you're able to like balance it though, which is like good. And then some of my last questions. So I know that like your transition to high school was during COVID, and then that transition with like Oclef and everything from like being like student to apprentice was also during COVID. So how was that transition for you? Like, was it easy? Was it stressful? What were your thoughts at the time?
I literally think high school is normal. You just go to school, you go to your 7 classes or how many ever you have in the day, and then you just go home and you do it again the next day. And in quarantine, it was just like that, but on Zoom. And it was even better, actually, because, like you didn't actually have to, like, physically be there.
Mm-hmm.
And for Oclef, like, I really did not want to go to online school for Oclef. Like, I really had, like, a thing against it. I always showed up in person, and, like, I always, like, went to Kaizen in person. Like, I never liked going online.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, well, obviously I had to end up going online. But then the thing about going online is, like, then I had so much time in quarantine that I just went from 3 to 7 every day.
Like, so 4 hours of practice every day.
Yeah. It's not that bad, though, because, like, I don't know. I just had nothing else to do in quarantine than go to Kaizen. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, oh wait, so how long have you been, like, with Oclef?
Okay. I've been with Oclef since Oclef was born, and before that, too.
So, like, compared to knowing Oclef when I was a school versus, like, the way it is now, what would you have rather had?
Because, like, when we were in person, Mr. Join was the one teaching Kaizen all the time, like, all the Kaizens. But now, like, you see more people, so then you see different opinions. I mean, you get different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, more successful online, because, like, everything is online now.
Yeah, I see. And, like, so now that you are done with CM and stuff, and I know you're, like, you're doing stuff for fun, what do you do? I know they have like the Path projects. Have you done a Path project?
Yeah, I recorded an album. Actually, you want to know something funny that happened like today?
Okay.
Okay, so I recorded an album, whatever, and I made a music video for like one of the videos, like blah blah blah. But then I was in history class and my teacher was lecturing, and I hear my music in the background being blasted in the classroom next door. Like, and they looped it for the whole hour and 30 minutes of class. And I was literally like freaking out. Like I was being haunted by my own song. Like it was really weird. I was like, how did people even find this song?
Yeah.
But someone was literally blasting, like, you know, the music video that I have, like Schindler's List from like a long time ago. Someone was blasting that in the classroom right next to me on the Apple TV, so you could hear it even louder because it was on a TV. It was so, I don't even know. Anyways, I did release an album. That was fun. I listened to it today actually because of that moment that I had in class. Like I just listened back to it and I was like, when I first released it, I thought it was so bad.
Oh.
And then like now I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. But yeah, I released that album and it was fine. I was really like, well, my mom was really happy with it. Like she's so proud of that album. Like I don't even know why.
I guess like my follow-up question for that would be like, how has Oclef helped you get to where you are today?
Well, I wouldn't have any of that without Oclef because like all of it is Oclef. Like my album was Oclef. Like everything I use is like Oclef resources. So
Mhm.
like literally everything is Oclef in my life.
Yeah. And then like this is kind of like a compare and contrast question, but comparing like your old lessons from like even before Oclef, do you think you would have ended up with like the same way you are now, or probably not?
No, I would have quit already long time ago. Like a very long time ago. I had like 7 piano teachers before Mr. Julian. And so I started when I was 5 and I joined Mr. Julian when I was 11. And Mr. Julian is my last teacher. So I had 6 teachers from 5 to 11. So about 1 teacher a year. And so I literally did not know how to play anything. Like I couldn't even play a duet, like a simple duet. And I couldn't even practice when someone else was talking in the background. Like it was just very difficult. So like I had like a very hard time practicing at my old lessons, and then also like I had a very hard time wanting to play.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you've sort of found that motivation a little bit now, especially now that you're done with exams and stuff. You get to play a little bit more for yourself.
Mhm.
Alrighty, so thank you so much for talking with me today, LeAnn. I'm really excited to share your story with others, and thanks for listening, everyone. That is a wrap for today's Kai Report.
Bye.